What's up, Festival Tales Podcast? Thanks for tuning into this week's episode. Oh my gosh, I always forget to do these things. All right, sorry, everybody. You can please review. Oh my gosh, subscribe, review the podcast. That would be great. We appreciate that. What am I missing? I already feel like I'm missing stuff.
Festivals are coming back, so get your guys' stories in as you go back to some of these festivals. You guys can either submit at the link in our bio, which just takes you to a form. You can submit anonymously, or you can also DM us on Twitter and Instagram too, at festivaltalespodcast.
And then we are brought to you by The Stage, EDM Central Hub. So go check them out. And they got a lot of EDM content. They got our podcast on there. They got mine. They got Ade's. They've got Ade's vlogs. They've got other people's vlogs. They've got shuffle videos. They got everything you guys could need. So go check that stuff out. All right. I think that's it. That Zoom lady did throw me off. Okay. I don't know how you did it last week in the previous episode, but you did it fine. And it threw me off big time.
No, this is the first time she's ever talked to me.
Yeah.
I was so thrown off.
All right. We got a little bit of a callback here to a previous podcast episode. So here we go. It says, hey, Molly Water rave parent again from the episode Assorted Party Enhancements. Love that name. Still use it to this day.
Yes.
I've been in the rave scene on and off since high school, but never really tried anything until I was an adult. So I figured I'd share the story of my first roll ever because I don't think anyone has shared that yet. Perfect. This is
I don't think we've gotten a first roll story yet.
No, I don't think we have. But
other than Danny's first roll story, I think.
Yeah, but his wasn't as magical as they seem.
Yeah.
Getting beat up everywhere you go.
Yeah.
All right. So this was Pop New Year's Eve 2017 in San Francisco. My partner and I had been dating about 6 months at this point, so I don't know all of his friends yet, and the ones I did know, I didn't know that well. So we get to the hotel room with a single king bed about 10 minutes walking from the venue because we figured that would just spend the night and get a romantic brunch in the morning on New Year's Day, and all I knew was that his friends were going to a pregame with us and then Uber home so we could have the hotel to ourselves afterwards, if you catch my drift, quote unquote. Oh no, my cursor moved. We kill a half bottle of tequila and maybe some beers and walk to the venue. We get in line and they give me half a blue press pill shaped like a Game Boy. All is fine, ... for now. We get water and beers and find our spot in the crowd. The lineup that night was 4B, bingo players, Showtech, and Last Audience. For the first hour, literally everyone kept asking me if I was feeling okay, and I really, truly didn't feel anything, just dancing and vibing. I was really going for Showtech because I was banking on the fact that they would play some of their more hardstyle stuff because at the time, that's all I was into. About 45 minutes into bingo players, we all kind of blacked out. Apparently I was... That took a quick turn. Apparently I was twerking on some other girls on the rail. One of my partner's friends lost his phone. Someone lost a shoe. We were all messed up. LOL. Next thing I knew, Auden is played in his last song, and all of us were asking what happened to Showtech.
Oh no.
We teleport back to the hotel. There's about 6 dudes in a room, passed out on the floor in the bed and in the chair. Sleep was interrupted by random people walking up and running to the bathroom to puke. Oh my gosh. And the worst part, no sexy time. Just 5 straight dudes in a room and me and my boyfriend. Thanks for the time. Then she has a little PS and she said, Ade, come back to DB Campout. What is that?
Dirty Bird Campout.
Dirty Bird Campout. Sorry for my...
No, you're good.
Cultured self here. I promise the vibes will be better. So she says.
Oh boy. To touch on the, Lots to unpack here. To touch on the Dirty Bird Campout, Babs. That's the Dirty Bird record label with Claude Van Stroke.
Sure.
Okay, we need to educate.
I did not know. I really did.
So we'll work on that. Dirty Bird Campout is in California, and I went to it in 2019, and my review was not the best of it. I liked the environment, like the camping experience. The crowd just didn't do it for me necessarily, but I retracted my review. Like I literally took that review off YouTube. I like unlisted it because I was just like, yeah, I don't know if I identify with this view anymore. I think I need to give it another chance because I think some other things might have been a factor into it. So yes, I might go back to Dirty Bird Campout and hopefully the vibes will be better. But for me in 20
That's okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, but for me it just wasn't what I thought it would be, I guess, in 2019.
Yeah. So are you saying like over time you can change your opinion?
Oh, groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking news, people. Sorry, I just had to make I had to do that real quick there because there are some people that don't believe that or don't act like you can do that. So
yeah, I took down that review because some people were commenting on it and I was like, yeah, like I think looking back, there were probably some other things that maybe played into my experience, like an ex-boyfriend and like the time difference, and then also I did have expectations. I had too high of expectations for a festival, which I never have expectations for, but for Dirty Bird Campout I did because people hype it up so much. So how can you not, you know what I mean?
Ruin things. Yeah, maybe
so
I
definitely
need to start downplaying like festivals I really like for people.
Yeah,
like, oh, it was the worst. Why are we going back? Oh, just so bad. Just I'm
well,
hoping
everyone's
better.
like, the vibes are amazing, everyone's so great, the people are amazing, and like I don't know, people just were kind of not friendly, but that was just me. I could have been putting out that energy, who knows, I have no idea.
Very good of you to self-assess and come up with a different opinion later.
She's so self-aware. Anyways, I had to touch on that because I knew I saw that and I was like, yeah, I need to talk about my Dirty Bird Campout stance.
That's so funny.
Anyways,
so let's unpack this assorted party enhancement story here. I still love that term.
yeah.
I think we've all had the teleportation experience before.
Mm-hmm.
That's a funny one because you're like, one moment you're there and you're like, yeah, I love it. This is a cool artist. And then you're like, can't wait for the next one. And like 2 hours later, you're like, who did we see again? Like,
I think we had another story where someone was like, they were asking, oh, that was like the Res one, but I think
the nightmare. Yeah. Just non-existent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
And there is a point though where like, at least after a while of like the same general people, right? It does the sets start to blend. Like to be honest, like think about it. Like if you were at just for your sake, like if you were at a house set, if you were at the house stage all day, like wouldn't it not somewhat blend together?
Depending on the artist, but yes.
You didn't back me up there. It's okay.
I'm sorry. Well, no, if it was like, you're more like tech house, no vocals, like no lyrics, that kind of thing, where it was just a consistent kind of like bass line. Yes.
Yeah.
If it was like, Chris Lake between like a Dr. Fresh.
Yeah.
A little different, but
I would say like most of the time, I don't remember precisely when, unless I look back at my videos, it's like I'm like, it kind of all blends together. But then when I look at my video, oh, this happened here. Oh, I remember this happening. I remember this happening. But otherwise it's like,
well, and that does happen with house sets because they transition a lot more flawlessly because they're able to just like plug in their USBs and then transition from like literally one set to the next.
I understand. Okay.
I'm not saying it's superior, but they do transition pretty easily and flawlessly to the point where you don't realize the next artist is on most of the time.
No, I got you. I'm just messing.
But like when it's like when back at Ub when it was like Carnage to Griffin, like you could hear the difference between that because they literally end it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So I
was just giving you a hard time.
I know you're just giving me a hard time. I'm a house head.
No, I got you. I do understand what you're saying. Yeah, there's a very like distinct like, see you guys next year.
Yeah.
And the next guy on. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but I think the progression of this is just kind of funny. And it's always the one artist that you're really excited to see that you end up missing.
Trying to think if this has like truly happened to me. I'm trying to like revert
It's
back.
happened to me where I don't remember maybe 30 to 40 minutes of a set.
Oh yeah, okay, for sure had that. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I had that at Global Arizona. And even though don't support him, it's, I don't want to trigger anyone with this, but it was Nectar that I saw like a little bit of, and I don't remember any of that set.
if it's in the past, before we knew this stuff, it'd be different. If
Yeah,
I'm going to a Nectar set tomorrow. Like, no,
no,
okay,
I
yeah,
know. But
I
this was like 2016, I want to say. And then there was another set that I don't really remember, and that was at Imagine Music Festival. But that was because I had 3 beatboxes. You know those alcohol drinks?
Oh yeah, they're in the yeah. I haven't seen those
Yeah,
forever. Oh my gosh.
yeah. They had them at Imagine, and I was so excited about it. And I had 3 the first night of Imagine.
That's deadly.
And very deadly. That was honestly really bad of me. That was the most drunk I've ever been at a music festival. And I remember seeing Rez, and then I don't remember the rest of the night. And that was the first time I've ever really kind of blacked out of festival.
Being drunk at a festival is awfully different too. It's like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
kind of
I rarely do.
you can feed more into that rage side of you. You're like, ah!
Like my friend Lena was like, I've never seen you this drunk, like ever at a festival. And I was like, yeah, me either.
I just can't imagine doing that and having to wake up the next day like, like
It was
hungover.
awful.
Yeah, and then having to go like especially for camping festivals, people that drink, I'm like, that almost sounds worse because you wake up like in your hot and muggy tent and you're already dehydrated, and then now you're sweating profusely because of the hot and muggy tent, and then you have to go out into the sun, and then you have to find water. Like, what? No, this sounds horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I props to you. I don't know how. Yeah.
Well, I rarely do. And that was like the only time I've ever really like drank at a music festival. Other times I'll get like one drink when we go in, but otherwise I'll stick with lemonade.
Lemonade's the bomb. The
So good.
lemonade.
So good.
What else was in here? Oh, I think it's funny how on your come up, everyone was like, "How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling?" Because like like when you first do that and like people are asking you, like it honestly gets like annoying how many times they ask you because you're like, "Hey guys, like it's gonna happen, but like can we just like chill a little bit?" Like,
Yep.
but they are looking up for you, so that's nice. But at the same time, you're like, "All right, like haha." Like you start to. It also almost makes you like overthink because you're like, "Am I supposed to be feeling something? Am I supposed to be happy?" Like, yeah.
Yeah, whenever that would happen, I would always kind of just like tell our Ray fam to kind of like chill out. Because I feel for the person. Like I'm like, just let them ride it out. Let them just take their breaths. They'll be fine. They're in good hands. We'll know when they're feeling something because like we can all tell, you know what I mean? Like the people start getting a little dilated, they start smiling a little more.
That's my favorite thing to do is like I don't say like, "Are you feeling it?" I'll wait and I'll just notice it and be like,
yeah,
I'll like lean in. I'm like, "How you feeling?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, pretty good." I'm like, I can tell. That's like my thing. That's like my dad thing to do. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And they're like, "This is how it's supposed to feel."
Yeah. I think it's funny that the 5 guys came back with you both.
Yeah.
I like how you. It made me laugh, and you were like, "No sexy time." I don't know why.
No sexy time.
Just imagine like a little voice being like, "No sexy time." Like. But,
also killing a half a bottle of tequila and some beers right before. Like
I can't
going into a roll, I'm like, oh.
That explains the throwing up a lot at the end of the night for sure.
Yeah.
That's like I did that once where I drank and took a little, and I will never do that again. Because I was fine. I had a great night, and then like at like 1 a.m. It was just like smacked me in the face, and I was just on the floor.
Yeah.
Not something.
Not fun.
Tequila. I was
Do you like tequila?
I do at the beginning of the night. I have like I used to hate it because my friends used to give it to me literally at like 12:30, 1 a.m. like before the bar was closing. And they used to give me a shot, and I used to like they always used to pass back shots, and I'd be like, "What is it?" They're like, "Just take it, cheers, boom!" And I take it like, huh, and I want to die and go home. And then recently, like in the last year, I was with coworkers up here training,
Mm-hmm.
and we went out and we did tequila shots at the beginning of the night, and I was like, "This is a whole new animal here. This is different. I can handle this." And it was more fun. I didn't feel like
Yeah.
so. Yes, long
I
story.
love tequila. I think I like tequila more than vodka, but it just depends.
I think that's tough for me. I could go either way on that.
It's weird, like depending on the type of tequila, because I've had tequila that's like made me kind of sick, but I think I get more like upset stomach and stuff from vodka than I do from tequila. Depending though.
It also depends what you're mixing too, because like I feel like sometimes vodka mixers you get like this weird like combination of like carbonation, fruits, and all this stuff, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, do you pregame typically before festivals?
Occasionally,
Yeah.
not really, because we usually end up going very early because one, we don't want to wait in lines, and then two, there's usually some newer DJ or local DJ that we kind of want to check out. Very rarely do I pregame in full honesty. Now I have friends that do, like we've gone with them and they pregame and they're fine, but I'm not one to like get pretty drunk, head in, and then get like
Yeah, because then you have to keep that.
Yeah, and then
like,
keep
consistent
it right,
drunk.
and then not only that,
then
like
you spend a lot of money and
yeah. I mean, I think the cost evens out regardless. I don't know, but it's to me it's more like the heat, like because I'm from Florida and like the festivals when we go during the day are just so hot. Like it's like people that take they like specifically tell people like don't take your stuff if you're taking drugs, like don't take it till sunset, like don't, it's not like your body like getting super, because you can get overheated just by like moving around in Florida.
Yeah.
Not even from doing anything else. So
is it going to be like that for SMF and Forbidden Kingdom?
SMF, it's like that every year. It's like hot as balls all day, and then it's about 5-6 starts to cool off, and then at night it's awesome. But Forbidden will be interesting because it's its first year at this time frame. It's usually in February, and it's in South Florida usually, so it doesn't really matter. It's always hot in South Florida. Like it's never not 80 degrees. So even in February back then it was 80, but Forbidden will be interesting. I'm interested to see how this will be because they're moving it to a weird location. They're doing it at the fairgrounds, and like no other festivals have gone there. No, like EC Orlando's not there. I guess that's the only one that's in Orlando.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
They're testing it to move it. I don't know, but it's not, nothing's been there. There were a couple of drive-ins that were there, and it seemed like it had a lot of room. Like they only did one lot for the drive-ins, so
gotcha.
We'll see. Yeah, I'll try to vlog it.
Yeah, vlog it, report back
to
the Festival Tales fam. I was just curious, but shout out to the Molly Water Rafe parent for submitting to us again. We love it when you guys submit to us again or follow up on your stories.
We do indeed. We like a callback. A good callback story.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Babs?
No, I think we covered a lot. Yeah, I do think it's funny the 5 guys came back with you. Like that's just so funny. They just passed out in your room. They're like, "Oh, we won't come," and then they just.
Yeah, this is a pretty typical first roll story, I'd say.
You had a good time.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like better to not do that other stuff. I feel like on your first roll, you know.
Yeah.
Consider yourself blessed. Boom.
For sure.
All right, that's all I got. Anything else? Sorry, you just asked.
No, yeah, I did. Thanks for tuning in this week, you guys. Don't forget, rate, review, subscribe. Submit your stories. If you're going to be at SMF or Forbidden Kingdom, Babs will be there, so say hi to him. And if you guys do go, be sure to submit your stories if anything crazy, memorable, funny, any of those things happen. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.
Peace.